We're almost out of election season, and it's going to be, what, a triple, quadruple? I don't even know how many times we're going to be talking about the midterms here today. I did all of my back-end stuff last night, and we've actually got content. 6 videos a day, if you can actually believe that. And if you don't want to believe it, well, hopefully you don't have notifications turned on so I don't end up clogging up your subscription feed. But we're going to have stuff all the way through, and we're doing some research for this video right here. It's kind of weird how that all coincidentally lined up, but we're going to have 6 videos a day. 6 of them. Count them. 6. Don't know what the time frame is going to be, but at least I have them scheduled for the regular dates, okay? 3, 4, and 5 o'clock, and that'll be for, you know, the more contemporary stuff, and then for the back-end catalog stuff, I think I have it 6, 6:30, 7. That's all local to me time, because it's all about me! No, but that's mountain time, so I guess, you know, just knock it an hour back for out west, and then all the way out east, just drop it ahead a couple of hours. When they show up, they show up, okay? Don't crucify me if it's, you know, different wherever the hell you're at, okay? I don't know where everybody lives. I just know a little bit of information about the people that continue to watch my videos that I'm incredibly thankful for. But like I said, okay, we got all of that stuff out of the way. Now we can talk about what old Joe's been saying, because he's finally out there on the stump. He probably just got hit up by a couple of journalists before he went to go jet off to Delaware because his ass isn't up for re-election for at least a minute, but we're gonna win this time, I think. Good for you, Joe. And I wouldn't trust anything that he thinks of, okay? Oof, I wouldn't even, yeah, no, there's nothing that old man can fucking do that would convince me that there's anything less than total, complete destruction coming the Democrats' way on Tuesday. Like, is there any hope on that side? Like, do they even have a puncher's chance in this point in time? Like, all of the big races that are out there, okay? All the ones in Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia. Those are pretty much the places that I'm going to be keeping an eye on election night. Ohio, like, okay, there's a lot of smoke behind the Senate race that's there, but that one's just going to be fucking pathetic, and everybody's just going to go, I can't believe how big of a blowout it was for J.D. Vance. Don't want to, you know, jinx anything, but let's fucking keep it $1.50. If I need to repeat that again, okay, just go and take a look at the historic spreads in Ohio and see which way it's trending. And you think, due to this leadership that's been going on over the past just about 3 years at this point in time, do you think anybody's been convinced to vote for a guy who said that he wants to kill and confront the current trend of the Republican movement? I don't think it's really going to play out that well for him, but best of luck to him. And I don't know, Liz Cheney's endorsements, yeah, we'll see how well they do on the night. There's going to be a lot of trends to be paying attention to on Tuesday, but we'll have to wait for Tuesday until that. Until then, we can just see how pathetic these endorsements are getting for the other side, okay? Because Joe Biden thinks that, oh yeah, we're gonna hold the Senate, or we got a good shot at the House. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There is no projections that are out there that have you anywhere close to being holding on to the Senate. Like, your party's going to I'm sorry, for the House, not for the Senate. The Senate, depending on who you're looking at, it's either going to be hold firm or potentially, you know what, maybe flipping one seat, and that's the only one that I'm really, you know, kind of looking at, and it's one that we'll be touching on here in a minute. It's the one out there in Pennsylvania where we'll see, okay? But President Biden is, hey man, and he's the guy who's holding all the cards, and I don't know if he knows where the bodies are hidden or where the suitcases are being delivered on election night, but regardless, he thinks that his side has a chance. On Friday, offered a wildly upbeat assessment of his party's chances. Oh yes, because he is the life of the party, like Bernie. I mean, and all those kids that spent the weekend at his place, a spitting image of his party's chances in next week's midterm elections, claiming Democrats will keep the Senate. Yeah, I don't see it, man. You would, oof, like that's a catastrophic oof. Okay, like like I said, at best, it stays 50-50. Okay. Because I don't think you have an outside shot at Arizona. Don't know what's going to go on in Georgia, but there's a bunch of other places, man, where you know, your pickups that you're thinking, okay, they ain't going to happen. And it's at best going to be a break even, but even still, I think that's probably a losing bet at this point in time. You might get good odds on it, but outside of that, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. We're going to win this time around, I think. What do you mean this time around? Because let's break that down, okay? Because you won previously, or are you out there self-snitching? I'm just wondering, okay? I feel really good about our chances. You feel like merch? Great. I think we're going to keep the Senate. Oh, he's more confident in that one, okay? Because he felt good about his chances in the House, but he thinks good about the Senate. Great, wonderful, fantastic. I think we have a chance of winning the House. Oh, Lord have mercy. Why would you... So you have a certain feeling, you caught a vibe about how the election's going to go. But then when you have to think about it, when you got to put down pen to paper to, back up your words, now you're thinking about it. All right then, my guy. Biden made his comments before he got flued out to California. Who the fuck's he going to stump for in California that actually needs it? But let's be honest, he probably just went to go play and fucking make sandcastles on the beach, a stupid old crank. To shore up support for his party before voting ends on Tuesday. Bruh, California? Like, what seats are there? I don't know what Senate election's going. I think both of the Senate seats are probably secure, at least this time around. Not too many House races that are... There's the one that I don't know when that video specifically comes out, but there's one contentious seat of a guy who's already there, so it's a recumbent looking to retain in Los Angeles County, which would be a little bit weird, but outside of that, and again, your endorsements, outside of some dubious circumstances, hold about as much weight as Liz Cheney, and that's impressive because you're about a third her size. The past month have seen Republicans take a comfortable lead in House races, with most forecasters saying that they will take control of the lower chamber. That's been the way for a long time, and gain a smaller advantage in the Senate contest. Pollsters say the continuing cost of living crisis has eaten to the Democrat support around the nation. Yeah, and if you just take a look over the past couple of years, okay, what has gone wrong? And if you want to answer anything other than what I would surmise it as, because I got one word, okay, you can point to a whole bunch of different things. Supply crisis, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, rising inflation, and then even before that, pandemic lockdowns, forced vaccinations, and then the attempt to lock everybody out of their place of employment if they wouldn't capitulate to your fucking wild medical desires. But I would just say, in one word, what has gone wrong with the United States? Everything. Joe hasn't done one good fucking thing. Everything has either been stopped by the courts or stopped by the people, okay? They don't like the way that you're going. The polls have reflected that. Your approval rating has reflected that. So what makes you feel like your party's going to be in a good shape after Tuesday evening's butt fucking? Oh, well, we can point to one thing, but YouTube doesn't quite like that, because I'm not of the right pigmentation and I'm not of the right political affiliation. Yes, pollsters continuing to say, but that's not what Biden's message, as he tried to gee up a party faithful. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't think we're going to not win. Oh, that sounds like something that Joe would say, but then the media would play it off. Joe Biden joked by saying, I don't think we're not going to win. Ha ha ha. And everybody clapped. Fuck off. I'm so optimistic. Why, they just pump you full of drugs before you made this fucking appearance, before you hopped on and had a nice long nap on your fucking plane right there, Grandpa? You could just hear all the white noise and then just sleep the time away. But you take a look at these election forecasts, okay? These ones come from RCP. Pretty reliable aggregator. They've been fairly spot on for a very, very long time. So I think that there's probably some validity behind this, but like it shows here specifically, and we can just pull this up. We can go full screen. Fuck it, we'll go full screen. So, U.S. midterm battle. Okay, you got Nancy Pelosi's blue side right there, currently holding 221 seats. You need 218 for for control. Remember, oh man, it was just such a sweeping victory for the Democrats in 2020, right? You guys retook all three chambers of Congress, right? You got the president in there. By hook or by crook, you managed to take the Senate as well. You won those two runoff elections down there in Georgia. Congratulations for that, with the two most uninspiring candidates I have ever seen run for elected office, Perdue and Loeffler. If I never see them again, it will be too fucking soon. And then, yeah, you took that commanding lead in the House. I think it tops, right? Because there's been a couple of people fall off there as well. Okay, either retire or just gracefully bow out. I think it topped out at 225. I think that seems to trigger a memory, not like a Joe Biden memory where he's just completely lost about everything. But I think that's where it topped out. Okay. But now you take a look at the projection there, $1.74. Holy, you might lose 50 fucking seats, bitch. You have fun in retirement, okay? You can protect your husband from, I don't know, maybe getting beat up from one of his other gay lovers. Maybe he'll show up with a shovel because he got the hammer taken care of. My God. But then on the other side, it's like, you guys know I'm a pretty big critic of Kevin McCarthy, and so should everybody else be, because that guy's also, he's just going wherever the Uniparty wants to take him. So don't be too enthusiastic if he ends up taking the speaker's gavel on that one. But, picking up 16 additional seats to take let's be honest, a slim lead right there. But then there's 33 seats that are just up there in the middle, and I would like to know where those seats are ultimately going to be, but that's RCP's projections right now, 228 for the Republicans and retirement for Nancy Pelosi. God fucking bless. But then they got their Senate prediction, okay? So if only the turtle would just, fucking curl up into his shell and then scoot his fucking chinless ass back into the ocean, we'd be in better shape up there. But hey, man, look at the polls right here, okay? 54, they anticipate, okay? Unlike Joe Biden, who's very optimistic and he thinks that they're gonna win them this time, okay? He's like fucking, Dr. Claw, we're gonna catch you this time, gadget. But it's like, bro, it looks like all of those close races, RCP's projecting you're gonna lose every last one of them. That's, man, I think that might be willfully optimistic, because Pennsylvania is going to be interesting for a multitude of reasons, and we don't have to even look at the proclamation from a couple of days ago when the acting Secretary of State in Pennsylvania, it was one of those high-ranking officials, some bitch got in front of a camera and said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna need a couple of days to count all those votes that are gonna be coming in. Yep, nothing sketchy about that. It's fucking election day, not election. We'll get around to counting the fucking votes, okay? Like, look at what happened in Brazil. Not that close though. I would like to do a little bit of a deep dive over there, okay? If they can manage to count how many millions of votes in a couple of hours, you should be able to get a fucking states full of votes, okay? But, hey, man, Joe Biden, maybe this is why he's so optimistic. I'm just wondering. Biden says midterms could easily be illegitimate. Oh, okay, cool. That's why he's so optimistic. Okay, then blast election deniers. Yeah, you've been seeing those, okay? If you've been on social media in any form or fashion, okay, you've probably seen those comparisons of people just, hey, saying, here's somebody on the left where they're just, screeching and whining and complaining. They got a couple of examples right here. Oh, you got gay black lady, Karine Jean-Pierre. Stolen email, stolen drone, stolen election. Welcome to the world of unprecedented Trump. That is the current press secretary of the White House. Okay. And then again, and then she had more things to say, backing up, and you really, really, really got to back that ass up, okay, for Stacey Abrams, okay. Brian Kemp stole the gubernatorial election from Georgians and Stacey Abrams. And that was all the way back in, just 2020, just a couple of years ago at this point in time, probably when she was getting earmarked for said position. Or her responding to, I ain't repeating that because that's fucking embarrassing for a grown-ass man to say, but just heard Republican Ryan Costello on MSNBC. This was back in 2019, so I don't know for sure what type of Republican they were talking to, but, hey, man, whatever. Just say, Karine Jean-Pierre, it would be difficult for Stacey Abrams to win since she lost her state bid. Yeah, very much so. I don't know what election Stacey Abrams was signing up for and then ultimately losing, but okay, I guess they're mentioning another one. We all know damn well there was massive voter suppression and cheating, so I wouldn't call it a loss. I would call it a stolen election. And then, yes, gay black lady comes back and replies, yes, the race was stolen. Yes, Stacey Abrams, the prodigal daughter, or in her case, daughters, she had that goddamn election stolen from her. And I'm sure that probably won't be a very dissimilar cry here about Wednesday morning or something like that. Probably early Wednesday morning if we're going to keep it a buck. But what did Joe have to say about all this stuff? Okay, during his Wednesday night speech, Joe Biden, who is, thanks John Nolte for your editorial prowess. I do appreciate it, but we're trying to keep it, a little bit tighter here today because I don't want like a 95-minute long video about all this stuff. I've been a little verbose lately, and I don't want to, burn everybody out considering how much fucking shit's going to be rolling through the channel. Anywho, okay, as I stand here today and assisted, there are candidates running for every level of office in America. Yeah, that's what happens every couple of years. Thanks for catching that one, Joe. Good for you. Congratulations. You know, they must have put something extra in your oatmeal this morning. For governor, Congress, Attorney General, man, Secretary of State, they won't commit. They won't commit. And accepting the results of the election they're running in, this is a path to chaos, man, in America, man. It's unprecedented. It's unlawful. And it's un-American. Really? Remember how Hillary Clinton, 2016, she wouldn't give her concession speech, mostly because of reports where she was fucking buck-ass drunk in the green room and just smashing shit up, and then had to come out and give her concession speech the next morning after Trump won the election in 2016. Oh man, I remember that evening so well. I remember the coverage I was watching. I remember the morning after walking around with a fucking smile on my face, because I never would have thought that ever would have happened in my entire fucking life. And Hillary Clinton remembers that for the exact same reasons too, but much for a very dissimilar set of feelings. She remembers that, okay? I still think she's going to run in 2024, okay? We're going to have to wait until all the chips are down in order to really, truly assuage my feelings on that one. Anywho, so yeah, Joe Biden, denying elections, not conceding, it's unlawful, it's un-American. It's probably going to be funny as a motherfucker when KJP there has to run all of those statements back, and then they're like, yeah, so you've been on Twitter before. Okay, no further questions. It's like, okay, cool. I hope you'll ask a simple question of each candidate you might vote for. Will that person accept the legitimate will of the American people and the people voting in the district, or her district, or your district, or their district, or that guy's district? Oh, you're the media, so it's all your district. Will that person accept the outcome of the election, win or lose? The answer to that question is vital, and in my opinion, should be decisive. And the answer to that question hangs on the future of the country we love so much, and the fate of democracy that has made so much possible for us. What a fucking inspiring speech. No wonder I didn't hear about this on the night of Wednesday. Great. Fantastic. But yeah, man, they've just all been, out there pressing hard that, yeah, don't worry, when we win, it'll totally be legitimate, but when it's not, oh man, the whole legitimacy thing, it's all crazy and stuff. See what kind of shit did they pull, because I seem to remember some old tricks that were pulled out in some other elections that weren't afforded to some other people at some other point in time. You can connect the dots fairly well on that one. And then there's, are you ready? I hope you're ready to stand back with the shocker. This right here, baby, straight from the whitehouse.gov website. So, media question. About a month ago, you were asked whether or not you believe that that we would have free and fair elections in 2022. This is a question asked of the current sitting president. If some of those state legislatures reformed their voting protocols, you said that it depends. Do you think that there would be it be in any way illegitimate if state legislatures conducted their elections under their lawfully passed laws, sorry for lack of a better phrase, but if they make some reformations to how they're going to be conducting their elections and then comport appropriately, do you think that there's still a chance that, some shenanigans are going to be afoot? Oh yeah, I think it could be illegitimate. Like some of my kids. Have you met Hunter? He knows how to party. I mean, imagine if those attempts to say that the count was not legit, man. You'd have to recount it, and we're not going to count. And you're going to count, and you're going to count. Anyways, we're going to discard the following votes. I mean, sure, but I'm not going to say it's not going to be legit. It's the increase in the prospect of being illegitimate is the direct proportion to us not being able to get that reforms passed. Who's on first? It's like, okay, listen, this is what happens with some people with dementia. They like to repeat stuff that they heard a long time ago. Whatever something triggers a memory or something like that, like if there was something faulty in something that happened before, they might not be able to connect all the synapses up in their old domaroo. and then they just repeat some stuff that just immediately comes to mind. Not saying there's like a 2-year lead on that or anything, but you know, hey man, that's Joe for you, but he's totally 100% in control of all of his faculties. Trust me, mass media has assured all of us. And somebody else that they've given a clean bill of health. Oh, god damn it, I worked so hard on that one. Anyways, that would be John Fetterman. And you know who else agrees? Oprah fucking Winfrey. So all of that placating there, Dr. Oz, okay, you thought you were going to get that vaunted Oprah endorsement? I guess for just trying to placate to all of those pleasantly plump soccer moms that you were fucking pandering to, you dumb cocksucker. Fuck, I hate that guy. If that wasn't painfully obvious a couple of hours ago. But for fuck's sakes, man, the woman who fucking put you on ends up just leaving you in the dust. It's like, I can't support you anymore. He's no longer a friend of ours. It's like, bruh, you've been running your campaign just so you could placate to the old Oprah audience. And then guess what? It's like, I gotta turn my back on you and support a motherfucker who can barely stand upright, who released one of the probably the dumbest campaign ads. Like I've been saying before, and we were back when, you know, that video was still up on YouTube, but it's still over there on Rumble. You can go take a look when we were running through some of those old campaign ads. It's like, at least Republicans, okay? And especially kind of, this would be a wrong way to put it, but I think it's the best way that, you know, I can make this point, okay? Some of the more desperate candidates that are out there in deep blue districts in order to just expose the hypocrisy of the firmly entrenched Democrats that are there, make the more flamboyant campaign ads that are out there, okay? Like Kimberly Klasick. That one immediately comes to mind because that one just kind of set the standard. You had Billy Prempe. I think she was, or no, he was running in Jersey. There was another dude that was out there running against Maxine Waters, and he made another one of those men on the streets. Hey, take a look. We're going to walk past all of Maxine Waters, you know, gated mansions that she hasn't been to in 2 years. She'd much rather be in, you know, Washington all the time, okay? Just walking the streets, exposing what type of garbage these people don't want to deal with on a daily basis. They're just happy being celebrities, or at least pseudo-celebrities out in Washington, D.C. And then, you know, just to bring this full circle, it's so funny that a pseudo-celebrity, because this endorsement would have been a hell of a lot more potent about a decade ago, okay? Because Oprah, well, she ain't got no talk show anymore. She ain't no band leading no more, okay? Is her network still on the air? Has that shit been canceled yet? Because that was going nowhere at the speed of smell, okay? She was, what? She was the spokeswoman for, which one was it? Jenny Craig? I think it was Jenny Craig, right? And then, yeah, she started to bloom up, and they're like, we're gonna kick your fat ass to the road, and then she had to come fucking rolling back in that situation, okay, in order to be endorsed. So it's like, hey, yo, if there's anybody out there who's gonna know a thing or two about personal health and wellness and development, definitely be Oprah. And that's why she would be co-signing John Fetterman. A question that I seen posited by somebody on social media. I think it was Jack Posobiec. I don't want to give him credit, you know what, for a joke that's actually funny. He's a really good news aggregator, but he's just one of those trad cucks that are out there, okay? His personality it leaves a lot to be desired, okay? But again, when it comes to the political arena, the guy's fucking sharp as shit. But if I ever see another wake up and pray fucking the manifested girl for trad cucks, like, just fucking stop with that nonsense. But anyways, back to, you know, lighting these fucking lumps on fire. Oprah Winfrey jumped into the political fray this week when she endorsed Democratic Pennsylvania state Senate candidate, or just Senate candidate, just from Pennsylvania state. There we go. John Fetterman. Over longtime friend, Dr. Mehmet Oz. It's nothing personal, Oz. It just can't be seen with ya. Winfrey issued her endorsement of Fetterman during a virtual town hall on Thursday. She couldn't be fucked to show up, okay, and actually campaign. And well, you know what, also, neither could Fetterman because he couldn't have a real-life closed caption. I said it was up to the citizens of Pennsylvania, Oprah Winfrey said of John Fetterman. I thought that was a Fetterman quote, and I was going to go into my impression, but, you know, hey, whatever. But I would tell y'all this. Oh, my God, are you also going to tell y'all about the fucking hot sauce you keep in your bag? You know, black success story from the fucking south side of Chicago who went through a whole bunch of fucking terrible stuff and then spent the most of her, and spent a large majority of her on-air career deriding lackadaisical black culture. Yeah, okay, tell y'all what exactly? I ain't been a long ways tired. I've been too far. Ugh. If I lived in Pennsylvania, which I wouldn't, it's too poor for my tastes, I would have already cast my vote for Fetterman, for many reasons. Like what? Like what? He's tall. He's got a lot of black Carhartt hoodies. He has the audacity to show those spindly little chicken legs out in public all the time because he dresses like a giant toddler. I don't know, man. Like what? Fetterman celebrated the news on Twitter by drooling onto his keypad. Meanwhile, his wife tweeted out the thank you. A Barack Obama backer. Yeah, no shit. Because again, they're like, ooh, ooh. Fuck off. Winfrey also backed several Democrat midterm candidates during Thursday's town hall. Let's see how well all of these go down, including Florida Representative Val Demings in her bid against Marco Rubio. Listen, no love lost between Marco Rubio there, but he's gonna steamroll that bitch. Nevada Senator, Catherine Cortez Masto. She gonna be losing hard because Nevada's going to be one of those places where it's like, oh, fuck, the Democrats lost all of that goodwill that they garnered during the Harry Reid years. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Raphael Warnock, that one's going to be interesting because that's the Herschel Walker race right there. I just wish that they could settle it in the cage. That'd be so fun. Stacey Abrams, bruh. She just had to endorse her so she wasn't the fattest person in the room. And bouncing baby Beta. That'll be fun to see, okay? I just want to see how big the gap is, okay? Either between the beginning and the end of Beto's sentences, or by the margin in which Greg Abbott just rolls over his fucking political corpse, because that dude's totally unelectable, okay? Hey, man, he ran the trifecta right there, okay? Losing a governor's race, losing a Senate race, and then also losing a political or presidential race. Really does suck to be a yogurt-mouthed cocksucker. Use your discernment, which seems to be missing in a lot of our country today. Only in the places that you go to, which are just weirdly controlled by Democrats. If you see kind of the, disassociation in the places that you run, and you see it everywhere, maybe you have to take a look at the common denominator there. Use your discernment and choose wisely for the democracy of our country. Yeah, if you like the direction of the country right now, you need to make sure that you vote to continue the party who's been at the helm of all this stuff. Wait, nobody turned out for our party. Oh, fuck. Winfrey, who has a long history with Dr. Oz. Yeah, no, exactly. Helped him cultivate his audience. Put that motherfucker on, okay? You take a look at the two guys that she made, and then didn't she also put on that doctor show? The doctor. It's a whole bunch of fucking, midday television, housewife dog water that's, put out on fucking TV, okay? She put Oz on, and then she also put Dr. Phil on, okay? Who, he gets lambasted a fair few fucking times, but you hear that dude speak on podcasts, he's kind of quasi-based, okay? I appreciate him a lot more. If he would have been running instead of Oz, oh man, this would have been so much fucking better. But, okay, Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz maintains a slim advantage over Democrat John Fetterman in Pennsylvania's U.S. Senate race. No, it's supposed to be Senate. According to a poll, according to Emerson College, 58-46 for Oz. Interesting, man. It's like, okay, like Fetterman's terrible, okay? And we've laid that out multiple different times, and there might be a couple of videos upcoming. I forget exactly how everything shakes out, but I know how much content we have. Anyways, it's kind of embarrassing how much is out there, how much I put out during a 2-week stretch. But anyways, regardless, okay. Oz, he's not that much better. He's just going to slide in with that cabal of rhinos. Don't say I didn't tell you. But let's not end on such a downer, of course, okay? Like, the midterms are going to come, and they're going to go, and some of us who are always just going to look like you had a crystal ball, when it's like, no, man, you can just take a look at what's going on in the country. You can read the tea leaves so much as they spell out Joe Biden sucks dick, and you can kind of extrapolate that out to the public, and it's like, I'm pretty sure they're also feeling it too, okay? They're feeling the pinch on their pocketbooks, on their ability to express their opinions, and then on their own individual freedom in general. So if you think that they're going to go in there and then continue to pull that lever for the D's and subsequently state their intent that they want to be whipped harder, daddy, I don't fucking think so. I don't think the entire country is quite like the girls that I, read the Bible with. Anywho, once we all take our little victory laps, We know one guy who's going to be out there definitely fucking default dancing on the graves and on the corpses of the fucking Democratic Party. And somebody else who... Ooh, buddy, here it comes. It's like the least surprise announcement that's going to be coming up here real shortly. Now, these are, of course, reports, okay? And this has been hinted at for a very long time. It's been rumored for about as long as there's been a fucking Joe Biden presidency. But apparently, and this is what everybody else thought, okay? After he dropped that thing, it's like, I can't make an announcement until, you know, everything involves campaign finance. And it's like, okay, so right after the midterms, like right after the midterms. About a week, actually. About a week after Donald Trump considering November 14th as date for 2024 campaign announcement. He can be out there mocking motherfuckers around the goddamn clock and running a like a shadow government. If you guys have a parliamentary system wherever you live, you understand the importance of a shadow government, okay? It's the official opposition, and that you can just, you know, make your complaints from outside the club, okay? You have no responsibility, and especially if Elon Musk does the right thing. Oh my god, it would be so fucking hilarious. You won't have to just wait for Count Dankula to ratio the president, okay? You can have Donald Trump underneath every single Joe Biden tweet. I want that more than I want oxygen in my air and cum in my balls. That's the only thing I fucking want in life, because that would be funny as shit and endless source of content. But yeah, let's see who's leaking this anyways. But former President Donald Trump is now considering November 14th as a possible date for announcing his 2024 campaign, according to a report. Axios cites 3 sources, 3 of them, with the discussion about Trump's announcement that the former president will announce his presidential campaign on November 14th. Not commenting on never-ending media speculation and rumors, a Trump spokesman Taylor, that's a girl's name, Buttigieg, said in a statement to Breitbart News in the reaction of the report, as President Trump has said, Americans should go and vote up and down the ballot for Republicans. And he will continue that message tomorrow night in Pennsylvania. Yeah, this dude's out here on the stump, you know, pulling thousands and thousands of people at rallies in hotly contested areas. Like, he's going to Pennsylvania. Where's Joe Biden getting flued out to? California. Really needs your support over there, Joe. But Pennsylvania, yeah, man, you know he has to drag that fucking rhino all the way up on stage in order for him to just get tepid fucking applause, and then bring out Doug Mastriano to a fucking thunderous applause. Trump's out there on the stump. And you know what? Hey, man, if he has an opportunity to go in there and bust a fucking gut on stage at the podium and just laugh at all these fucking fools, and then announce a 2024 campaign, oh my god, if you think his smile is big on his face in that fucking picture right there, you just wait until the 14th, okay? We're gonna have to wait probably until after the election, after all of the ballots are counted. Wait for the outcome of this shit. I think it's gonna be bad. It could be worse. It could be mitigated a little bit, but I think we're looking at probably both houses flipping. That's not my final prediction or anything like that. We still got a couple of days on that one, and at least some fresh content on that in some form or fashion. But we'll have to wait and see ultimately how that shakes out, and the same thing that Trump's going to do on that one. And then he'll weigh his options. And it's like, well, if we still have that reservation on the 14th, I might as well go make the people's day. Bring them something early to be thankful for Thanksgiving. It'll be great, wonderful, beautiful. It will be a big announcement, and it will go over bigly with everybody. That's gonna kick it off, because I've been saying this as well. You know, you think that the past 2 years have been crazy, buckle up for the next 2, because it's gonna get buck ass wild. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Coswell. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.